Another highlight of the PRME Global Forum 2022. Every year, we honor those individuals in our community who have done something extraordinarily spectacular, something that may inspire the rest of us, something that may inspire us as faculty, something that may inspire us as students, and something that may inspire us as those who write and author the SIP reports for each of our business schools, management schools around the world. So we have a faculty award, we have a student award, and we have SIP reports awards. And with me here today to help me present these reports, I have those individuals who have actually been part of the process, who have driven the process, who have been the first here I will present to you, who has actually been part of the judge of the faculty, of the SIP report award. And that is Heather Ranson. And Heather, you are an associate teaching professor, Gustavsson School of Business, and also you are an associate director of the Center for Social and Sustainable Innovation at University of Victoria. And you are also, you know how you can sort of sip your coffee, but I think you can also read your SIP. That is what I hear that you've been doing for many, many years. You've been a consistent and long-standing reader of the SIP reports. And now again, thank you very much for stepping up here and being part of the jury of the SIP 2022 award committee. And you have some news that you will bring to the community.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for the kind introduction, Netta. And hello, everyone. I'm coming to you from the west coast of British Columbia. I'm on the unceded territory of the Snuneymuxw First Nation, and I'm delighted to share this land with them and to be here with you today in all the time zones around the world. It feels like that's where we are. So I'm trusting that Sophie has got slides and that you're going to be able to see the slides as we go. Here we go. Excellent. So I'm here on behalf of Giselle Weybrecht. Giselle organizes a whole raft of people to review SIP reports every year and report back to her on the best SIP reports. And I've been delighted to be part of that team for a number of years. And I want to introduce you to some of the folks who've been doing that this year. Oh, no, can we go back one more, Sophie? I just want to, yeah, here. So just before we get started, I want to make it super clear what we were looking at. So we only looked at reports that were submitted between May 1st, 2021 and May 1st, 2022. And within that category, we only looked at reports that fulfilled all the SIP policy requirements. So there is a SIP policy. We're looking for particular things in your reporting. And if they met those things, you can see them in my list below on the slide here. Then we looked at those and we included those in our study. And then we were looking at the quality of the reporting, and there were many different ways that schools reported. And part of the reason I'm delighted to be part of this group is that I can scribble down great ideas the whole time that I'm reading these SIP reports and apply them to my own report next year. And I certainly encourage you to do the same thing. Okay, Sophie, if you don't mind the next slide. So this is the team. This is the SIP peer review committee this year. There were 15 faculty members, and we had 7 students join us as well from 13 different countries. And Sophie, if you could go to the next slide. I want to make a special thanks to our student members. So faculty are busy. We really are busy people, but our students are also busy. And we had 7 students take time out of their schedules to review SIP reports. And I'm sure it was a huge eye-opener for them, but we really did appreciate their feedback. So thank you to those 7 students who participated. Okay, and then if we could go to the next slide, please. So we have 3 different awards that we're going to share today in 3 different categories for these awards. The first time awards, and then the emerging awards, and then finally the established schools. There's a separate award for that. So the first set of awards are for first-time reporters. Oh, can you go back, please, Sophie? I'll let you know. I just want to let people know how big this category was. So we had 59 reports to look at this year. So those are new schools coming to PRME. And I'm so excited that they chose to come to PRME and that they started putting together their SIP reports. These reports ranged in number from 1 to 294 pages. The average was about 43 pages. And you can imagine, think back, most of you have been reporting for years, but think back to your first SIP report. It was probably a really hard document to write because you didn't have very much data. You didn't have the systems in place to collect that data and to, the stories to tell. So we're really grateful to everybody who reported, even the one-page reports. They came to us in 4 different languages and from 25 different countries. Okay, and then let's see our winner. Sophie is the next slide. Thank you. So the Excellence in Reporting First Time Report winner is the University of Melbourne Faculty of Business and Economics. So congratulations to you. We also have 2 honorable mentions in this category. So Sophie, if we could have the next slide, please. Our first honorable mention goes to the School of Business at the University of Dundee in Scotland. Congratulations. And then next slide, please. Our second honorable mention goes to the Tippie College of Business in Iowa in the United States of America. So congratulations to all of you. And next slide, please. Great. So then these are our awards for the emerging schools, so schools who've been reporting, but only have 2 to 4 reports under their belt. So they're still getting their systems in place and starting to find the stories to tell in their SIP reports. In this category, we looked at 115 reports. They ranged between 3 and 154 pages, but the average was about 40 pages. We looked at, they came to us in 5 languages and reflected 42 different countries. And our winner in this category, next slide, please, is Lut University in Finland. Congratulations for your beautiful report. And then we do have an honorable mention in this category as well. Next slide, please, Sophie. Thank you. This is the Queen's Management School in Belfast. So congratulations to Laura and her team. They won last year as well. So this is truly remarkable to be able to win awards in this area twice, 2 years in a row. So congratulations for that. And then finally, we have our final category. These are our established schools. So they've been reporting for some time. They've got 5 or more reports under their belt. We looked at 82 reports in this category. They ranged in length from 6 to 231 pages. Again, the average was in about 41 pages. We had 4 different languages in 37 different countries, and we only have 1 winner in this category. And so next slide, please, Sophie. I'm very pleased to announce the Ivy Business School at Western University in Ontario, Canada, as the winner for Excellence in Reporting for established schools. And then my last slide, please, Sophie. So I want to congratulate all the winners. You did a beautiful job in your reports. It was truly a joy to read. I encourage everybody who's listening today to please go and read these winning reports. Read all the reports. Even the reports who didn't win, they've got some great ideas. So ideas that maybe you can put systems in place for so that you can report out on that data for your school next year, or some initiatives that they're doing that you might never even have thought of. So feel free to find those bright, shiny things and take them back to your business school. And that's all I have today. Thank you, Meta, and thank you, Sophie, for your support today.
Thank you very much, Heather, for this. It has been a lot of reading and a lot of exciting reading, I'm sure. I cannot say that how much these reports need recognition, because we all know that there's so much effort going into actually producing the reports. I have myself been writing these reports, and I know exactly how much effort goes into it, but I also know how much it's worth it, because you really engage your colleagues at the school. So thank you very much, Heather and team, and the team behind you, for including students, of course, for actually going through all these reports, reading them, and coming up with such brilliant winners. Thank you very, very much. Now over to the next award, the Faculty Award. And here I'm happy to ask my colleague, Prime Senior Manager Nikolai Ivanov, to do the presentation of the Faculty Awards and the argumentation for the winner. Please, Nikolai, over to you. Yes,
thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mette, and thank you, Heather, for the SIP Award. Very exciting news. All right, so I would like to start with sharing with you the presentation for the PRME Recognition Awards. As you know, each year, or since last year, we started the process of recognizing the amazing efforts of PRME faculty as well as PRME students across the globe. And it really is a fantastic way for us to recognize the amazing work out there. We'll start with the faculty awards first before we move to the student awards. And this year we had an amazing planning committee of the Global Forum who also helped us as a faculty award review committee. So I'd like to recognize everybody for their time to review all the submissions. And some of those submissions were very detailed submissions. So really appreciate your time to review and provide your input on the criteria and to really arrive at 3 very strong faculty award nominees who we would like to highlight. But before we move there, I just wanted to bring to everyone's attention the eligibility and selection criteria. We have reviewed nominees and submissions from 2021 up until May 2022, so very recently, just before the Global Forum. And we are focusing in our evaluations on how those submissions and efforts are focusing on the principles as well as on the SDGs. We're looking at integration of the SDGs, how many of the SDGs and to what extent in the different activities that are highlighted. And also, we're looking at recognition internally and externally. So there's a number of factors that have been considered in order to arrive at the final, let's say, runners-up and winners of this Global Forum's Faculty Award. And so I would like to present to you the 3 Faculty Award finalists this year. We have the Sustainable Business from Challenge to Opportunity from Audencia Business School, Grow Your Biz Towards Entrepreneurship in South Africa from the Gordon Institute of Business Science, and then the SDG Curriculum Mapping by Knowledge Exchange from Sustainability Education. This is at the UWE Bristol in the United Kingdom. So these are very exciting in themselves nominees and initiatives and cases by faculty across France, South Africa, United Kingdom. Specifically, the one that is in Audencia is really in the form of a seminar that's trying to, over a period of week, to deal with different themes such as people, planet, prosperity, and transformation. The seminars are really providing a space for students to discover and to question these kind of issues on a professional but also on personal level, and to have a reflective approach that includes a number of cases and writings that really bring those close to the heart of students. It's a reflective approach that has the objective to bring the human experience to the heart of business and management. And the seminars are kicked off by an MBA journey, which allows students to keep grand challenges in mind going forward for the rest of their courses. So it's a really intensive 1-week seminar that really sets the tone for students and young learners. The Grow Your Business Township Entrepreneurship in South Africa is also a very interesting case from the Gordon Institute of Management, where the Township Entrepreneurship Program is really a partnership with the Walmart Foundation and provides targeted support to growing small businesses across South Africa in different areas and in different cities. It's done through business training and peer-to-peer coaching aimed at helping entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs in those areas to grow their businesses into viable entities. Very exciting project and a team behind it, a team of faculty and supportive staff at GIBS. And then the third one in our top 3 faculty award finalists is the SDG Curriculum Mapping by the Knowledge Exchange for Sustainability Education, or KESE. And for that one, I would like to share with you, as in all our efforts since 2015, a lot of schools have been embarking on different ways and approaches to SDG mapping and SDG integration. But the core purpose of this SDG curriculum mapping is really the integration of the SDGs in the curriculum, and it's an extensive effort of over 5 years with more than 80 programs of study that have been mapped against the SDGs. The process has been coordinated at institutional level and facilitated by discipline champions and has engaged over 200 members of staff. It's a really impressive exercise that is done by UWE Bristol, and that really caught the attention of our review committee. The map really document ways by which programs of study at their school enable students to learn about the SDGs and apply them to their disciplines and relevant areas of professional practice. And it's not just that engages students around that, but really staff uses SDGs to reflect on the content and delivery and outcomes of their educational provision. So all three cases, this is very briefly, of course, the submissions are very extensive for all those three cases and projects at the different schools. They're all fascinating, but one stood out from the reviews of the committee. And while all these three are finalists, we have identified one winner for the 2022 Prime Faculty Awards, and that is the case of GIBS, the Gordon Institute of Business Science, and the Grow Your Biz Township Entrepreneurship in South Africa. It's a really an exciting project that was highlighted by most of the reviewers. All of the 10 reviewers have placed that in their top 3. 6 of them have placed it in top 1 as their top 1 priority. So this is really a very strong winner this year. And it's really an extensive program, as you can see, training of 52 township entrepreneurs in key areas. There is a research project involved last year. There is a workshop that was recently held on 30th of March. And those are some of the program outcomes that are really worth highlighting. And from what we've seen, it's a really engaging projects on many levels with huge impact in the local context in South Africa in areas of need and areas where entrepreneurship is a driver for sustainable change and for collective impact. And so we really congratulate the efforts of the team at GIBS. And without further ado, these are the people behind the project. Of course, we can share more, and we'll share more afterwards in terms of the winners on our social media channels and on our website, so you can learn more about those cases and find out more. But for the interest of time, here are the award team winners: Professor Kerry Myers, Professor Anastasia Mambolo, Sean Smith. That's the core team, and next to them you have a supporting team, Faiza Malik and Miriam Mashego. These are the people that have really driven a lot of impact last year and this year in South Africa. So congratulations to them, the winners of the 2022 Faculty Award. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nikolai, for making a great argumentation for the winners, and a huge congratulations to the team at GIBS. Thank you very much for this. And now over to the last but not least, the Student Award. And to help me present the Student Award this year, I bring Paolo Speroni, who is also the lead of PGS here in Prime Global Students. Over to you, Paolo.
Thank you so much, Mette. Great to see students on all juries, like Shruti Verma helping the SIP Awards, and also Marco Youngli helping on the Faculty Awards. But let's talk about the Student Award. So as Matt said, I've been leading for the past year the Prime Global Students, youth-led global network by and for students that connects, empowers, and create value for sustainability-oriented student organizations within the PRME global community. So early today in the Global Forum, we had the opportunity to host a session about PGS where we celebrate its first anniversary, and we also celebrate the amazing work done by the PGS Regional Leader Team, a group of 9 representatives in all continents and global sub-regions. These students, these leaders, they went through the PRME community and mapping and outreaching sustainability-oriented student organization actively operating on PRME campuses. So during the entire year, they have been in touch with amazing student initiatives, really impactful student initiatives, driving change in their campus and their surrounding community in the most various topics are related to sustainability and responsible management. So we have examples of climate change, gender equality, poverty alleviation, corporate social responsibility. So the regional leaders, with that expertise of mapping the ground of the PRME community, they were able to nominate up to 3 student organizations in their region. From that pool, we went through a careful rating and ranking process with 3 stages, not only quantitative, but also qualitative debates. And the PGS regional leaders, with the guidance of the PRME Secretariat, selected the 3 finalists and the award winner. So let's introduce, please, the 3 finalists. Here we are. So from University of Tokyo in Japan, we have United. Established in 2016, the student organization counts of 16 members. They are working in collaboration with UN agencies, governments, the private sector, and youth around the world. There are 2 main projects in their portfolio I want to highlight. The Empower project that promotes mutual support in marginalized communities with the motto of leave no one behind. They have been working in collaboration with various private companies on that project, including Microsoft and PwC. The project was awarded, not the student organization, only that project was awarded the SDGs Action Award in Japan. The second project I would like to highlight is the Voice of Youth Japan. It's an online platform launched in 2018 and managed by youths in partnership with UNICEF. Besides these 2 projects, United in 2021-22 organized and participated in several SDG-focused events and conference at the national and international level. I would like to thank and congratulate Satoko Igano, the Unite's leader, who kindly shared detailed information about United for the Student Award. Our second finalist comes from China, from Seijian University. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. The student organization is a 22 years old 5-star student association called the Green Origin Association, or simply GOA. They have various initiatives focused on environmental sustainability and nature protection. I would highlight 3 of them. Garbage recycling program. In the last 3 years, they organized garbage selection stations in 38 student dormitories and 6 canteens, organizing in more than 200 teams with a total volunteer of 5,000 people, benefiting over 50,000 people. They were able to recycle more than 8,000 bags, plastic bag every year, 1 ton of recycled waste, 1.5 tons of crude oil, and 21 tons of aluminum. The second initiative they have is the environmental education program in primary schools. So these higher education students are going to high schools to talk about environmental protection awareness. So they deliver classes, campaigns, and so on. So they are spreading their impact behind the campuses. The third project is the bird protection. So they have a center of bird rescue and bird protection, and they have an average of 115 birds they rescue, and the vast majority are integrated into the nature. The third, and I would like to thank and congratulate Kim Joo-sung, GOA's leader, who shared all the information for this presentation with us. Last but not least, from Europe, from University of St. Gallen in Switzerland, we have Student Impact, which is a student-led consultancy for sustainable business. Their goal is to unleash the transformative potential of business as a force for good and the positive impact of youth agents of change. Every semester, they bring together 5 to 60 members, and these members are engaging in a voluntary basis and dedicating between 15 to 25 hours per week for consultancy projects. In the past 10 years, they worked with over 120 organizations from various sectors. They grew their community to over 350 members and alumni, and they built a network of more than 30 partners, supporters, and collaborators for consulting. They have such a positive feedback. 100% of their clients would recommend their work, and they are very dedicated with corporate social responsibility. So I would like to thank and congratulations in advance Johannes Chisderer, the student impact leader who helped me also design this presentation. Now, let's see who is the winner. And the 2022 PRME Student Award goes to the Green Orange Association in China. Last year, they were able to engage more than 1,000 volunteers. They recycled tons of garbage, and they host 24 events for more than 10,000 attendees. They host more than 30 education programs in primary schools, and they was able to rescue 150 birds. So that's the winner. Congratulations to all finalists. Congratulations to all the amazing and impactful student organizations within the PRME community. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Paulo, for this presentation, and congratulations to the students in China. Amazing job. And thank you very much also, Paulo, for leading the whole process and taking us through to finding the finalists for the Global Forum 2022. Thank you so very much. Now I am happy to take us to the final or closing session here at the PRME Global Forum 2022. I think it's been wonderful to follow what has been going on in the different sessions, both in the Eastern Hemisphere, but also now in the Western Hemisphere as we come to a close. So we've been discussing a little bit in the PRME Secretariat with the organizing committee behind the Global Forum on how do we make a good closure on the Global Forum this year. So the idea came up to meet the PRME board, meet some of the key members of the PRME board, and let's engage in a conversation about the strategic visions, ambitions, aspirations for PRME as we go on. So that's what we're going to do now, and to introduce you to 4 distinguished PRME panel members of our PRME board members who will, with me, engage in a conversation about where we're going and why is that and what is the hope for our future. And before I do that, I also wanted to say to you that I was, of course, thinking, okay, we're going to do it, the panel way, the panel version that I sort of, usually do with when I have 4 distinguished speakers. But then some of my young team said, no, we can't do that. You've done too much of that. So the idea here is that I will now invite, after a little video, I will individually invite Ranjan Banerjee, Tima Bansal, John Goodwin, and Inase Okonedo, one by one, for a 7-8 minutes conversation with me about the PRME board work and PRME future. So that's what you can expect after this little video.